Good afternoon. I'm Geoffroy de Lamalle, the founder and CEO of eProseed and eProseed RTC. eProseed RTC is a company specialized in SubTech and RegTech. We provide end-to-end solutions for supervisory authorities to help them be more efficient in performing their day-to-day mission. In fact, what we've seen, what we've observed after having met with 40 plus supervisory authorities is that our initial idea of building a platform was spot on. Is that their key challenges were first to collect properly data, structured and unstructured data, to process this data and make sense of that, all that information in such a way that they could streamline their processes for the effective supervision, be it on-site, off-site. And so their challenges is basically to address data intelligence and process intelligence. And this is what we answer with our platform. It first started by enabling the supervised entities to submit data, be it structured and unstructured, in a way that is more convenient, in a way that data controls are more efficient, and enabling the supervisory authorities to look at this data in ways they're not used to, with proper visualization, with benchmarking, even including machine learning to make sure that we actually leverage experience of the most senior officers for the entire team. So in a nutshell, it's really making sure that we leverage all the data that are being delivered by the supervised entity. And last but not least, it's also making sure that we streamline operation. This is something that is frequently forgotten, but supervisory authorities run large teams of on-site and off-site teams. How do you ensure that you manage your planning? Do you manage properly activities? How can they work offline, maybe disconnected while performing on-site missions? That's what our solution delivers, is an end-to-end platform to just do that. Well, in fact, it starts first with proper understanding of data. In fact, supervisory authorities are sitting on a pile of data already for years and using only a fraction of it. So by deploying a platform and using big data and different other techniques, we already leverage all the data they have. Now, one of the key things is also to have quality data. And so we have specific filters, data cleansing mechanisms to ensure that we actually make sense of the right data and not just take any data. And as I've mentioned, process intelligence, that's basically how we call the part of a platform that runs all the operations, is also very essential. Is that it's not just about having data, you need to make something with this data and run the proper processes, make sure that you actually intervene based on preemptive alerts that the system is going to send you. So all combined, we believe that it already answers to a large part of the challenges that supervisory authorities face. Well, in fact, I've said there are two parts to the answer. One that I may not be able to address in a second is more the regulatory part, is that what we see is that even though there is an effort towards harmonization of data being collected and models, every supervisory authority is still very unique and collecting a very specific set of data in the forefront of data collection. So for many of the research and statistics department of central bank. So long story short, there is that part of harmonization that still needs to occur more and more. But on the other end, there's a technological side of it. And I think that today is a big part of the challenge we're discussing minutes ago. And for this one, what we provide is tooling to help them really preventing asking twice the same questions through what we call ontology. So using specific meta models of meta models, we call that mega models, that basically make sure that we can collect properly the data and prevent asking the same data multiple times through different departments of the same central bank or through different regulators in the same country, but making sure that we combine all that together. I could classify them in two. One, and in fact, the most important, I believe right now, is really the data-oriented aspect to that. Is that there is not only, there are a lot of data available. Problem is how do you collect them efficiently, get clean data, get all the intelligence around that. Now the second thing is interpretation of that data. And that's where today what we see in many supervisory authorities is that there is a limit to how you can scale your operations. It's not about hiring people. It's having the seniority to actually be able to interpret the data. That's where machine learning, artificial intelligence will play a key role to ensure that large volume of data can be analyzed very efficiently and keep, let's say, the very specific type of data to be analyzed by the very senior people, very expert people, where systems have limits because you cannot code and encode every possible role in there. So we believe that data management, data architecture of structured and unstructured data is one pillar. Second, machine learning and efficiency of operations is through platforms is the second pillar.